Hello and welcome to Rathod's IS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 8th December 2023. So without wasting any time, let us see the articles which are very important from our UPSC point of view. So first of all, we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our UPSC point of view, and we are going to see in how many dimensions or in how many perspectives you can think about that topic. So that is very important. Okay. So thinking in a multi-dimensional manner, and when we are connecting one topic with the different subjects, that will helpful to improve your thinking process. And please let me know, so from how many days you are watching this Rathod's IS Academy Current Affairs and how it helpful to you. So please let me know your comments in the comment box regarding our news analysis, whether it is useful to you or not, whether you are understanding how to connect one subject with another subject or not. So whether you are understanding how questions will be coming in the paper and how can we connect with the newspaper or not. So I am constantly saying these things, right? So I need to know, like, review, so whether it is useful or not. So if it is not useful, I will be coming up with a new approach. Okay, so my motto here is to help students, that's it. Because the problem that I faced when I started my preparation, so at that time I faced constantly 2 years. So I don't know, like, before, if I'm keeping this newspaper in front of me, I used to get tears in my eyes. I don't understand anything, and even no one said like how to read newspaper at that time. So after 2 years, I started researching like how to read newspaper, and I started seeing the previous questions, and I started thinking like how the question will be appearing. So in that way here, so I came up with this approach like interlinking of subjects. And recently in this 2023 mains, so it is an evident that here not only reading one subject is important, interlinking of subjects is important. So that thing is very much evident in this 2023 mains paper. So most of the questions are based on interlinking of subjects. And to write such an answer for that questions, yes, that dimensions are very important. And if you are going to any coaching institute, they will be not telling you like how can you connect one topic with another topic, because one subject will be taken by a single faculty. Yes or no? Yes, right? So here we are going to make you learn like how to interlink the subjects. So if you are the new to this Rathod's IS Academy, so please do subscribe to this channel. And one more thing here is, please watch this analysis consistently, so that within 3 to 4 months of time you will be habituated like how to connect this dynamic with the static, and how you have to do the static, and you will be understanding how questions are asking from that so and so topic, right? So that here you will be not wasting much time in your preparation, so you will be clearing this UPSC as soon as possible. Okay, so now first article, it is about cyclone. As you all know that cyclone which originated in Bay of Bengal and which led to a lot of damage to especially Tamil Nadu in Chennai and even in Andhra Pradesh. So because of this, now these states, they have to go for rehabilitation, reconstruction. So here this topic is important from disaster management. So in disaster management, whenever any disaster occurred, so what are the steps that need to be taken by the government before disaster and after disaster? That is called as disaster management cycle. So in that cycle, we will be studying about how to prevent a disaster and the steps to be taken before disaster, that is pre-disaster measures, and the steps need to be taken during disaster, like rescue operations like that, and after disaster, that is post-disaster. So because of this disaster which causes damage to property, damage to life, everything, so at that time we have to go for rehabilitation and we need to go for reconstruction. And after taking this post disaster steps, and we have to focus on how to prevent this disaster. So this is a cycle. So this is called as disaster management cycle. So now we are doing this post disaster steps, right? So here we have focusing on especially rehabilitation, reconstruction. So in this rehabilitation, reconstruction, here we have states. and here we have center. So this is center and this is states. So now states, they need some funds, right? Okay, so if they are going for any disaster management or they are going for rehabilitation measures or reconstruction, everything, yes, they need some funds. So now central government said that they are going to give some funds to states. Okay, so this is from disaster management point of view. But this article can be also studied from GS paper 1 geography. So in this geography, you have to focus on how the cyclones are formed. So what is the mechanism of formation of cyclones? Okay, what is the mechanism of formation of cyclones? And you have to see like what are the favorable conditions for the formation of cyclones. And in these cyclones we have different types like tropical cyclones, extratropical cyclones. So what is the difference between that? And even you have to know about the difference between cyclones and anticyclones. Okay, so all these things are very important from both geography and disaster management. So not only these two subjects, we can connect with even environment and ecology. So how? Because of climate change, so because of increasing of global warming, now there is increasing of frequency of occurrence of cyclones, especially in the Arabian Sea and as well as Bay of Bengal. So what is the relationship between climate change and occurring of cyclones? So from this point of view also you have to think. And there are recent reports says that because of this climate change, so we are facing devastating events and India is most vulnerable because India is having a longest coastline and it is having a lot of threat from these cyclones. So these cyclones will cause floods in the coastal areas. Okay, so all these things are interrelated. I hope you understood, right? And if you move on, next topic is India moving forward while developed countries are struggling, says Sitaram. So actually she is our Union Finance Minister. So she is replying to 3-day debate on state of economy. So here there is debate which is going on in our parliament regarding the state of our Indian economy. And here in that debate our Union Finance Minister, he is giving answer for the questions. So our finance minister is saying that yes, we have inflation. Yes, we are accepting that yes, we have inflation in our economy. So inflation is nothing but there is increased prices of goods and services in the market. And we are trying to target that inflation. So to target that inflation, we have government on one side and we have RBI on another side. So government have fiscal policy. So government have this fiscal policy and RBI is having monetary policy. RBI is having monetary policy and government is having the fiscal policy to control this inflation. And even one more problem we are having is high level of unemployment. So there is high level of unemployment. So I want to ask you one question. So yesterday I listened to one debate of one famous personality and he said something interesting about unemployment. Yes, now we are saying that there is increased rate of unemployment. So whether it is a responsibility of government to increase the jobs or not. So my question is it the responsibility of government? So how we are getting employment opportunities? So whenever there is increasing of demand in the market or in our economy per se, so that will lead to increasing of production of goods and services. So because of this increasing of production of goods and services, that will create employment. But how government can provide employment? So in government offices, if there are any vacancies, that vacancies can be filled. But in this most largest populous country in the world, how government can ensure employment for each and everyone? So please think about this and please let me know your opinion in the comment box. Okay, so I saw that interview and I felt like yes, this is correct. So this was one of the famous personality. He gave actually is a retired IAS officer. He gave some statements regarding unemployment. And next one is here, we are facing inequality in our economy. So nowadays rich are becoming richer and poor are becoming poorer. There is no distribution of resources. Okay, so that is a problem that we are facing in our economy. So what can be done to this decreasing of inequality? So please let me know your opinion. Okay, and here our finance minister said that yes, we are doing good. Okay, so especially some sectors are doing good, for example service sector, but due to this COVID-19 pandemic, so this service sector which has been affected the most, and even the growth of manufacturing sector is negative. And because of that, government is promoting some schemes like PLI, production linked incentive schemes, and as well as schemes like Make in India, and that is significantly contributing to economy. And especially here manufacturing sector is contributing to 13.9% to our economy. And recently in the month of November, PMI says it is 56. So whenever PMI is above 50, okay, purchasing manager index is above 50, we can say there is expansion of economy. So whenever this PMI is less than 50 means we can say there is contraction of economy. Okay, so these are some important things which are said by this finance minister, and please let me know your own perspectives regarding, so what is the state of economy in our country now. Okay, so you are UPSC aspirant and you are going to be the future bureaucrat, so you have to know like how our economy is going on. So how there is a demand and supply in the market. So how there is a goods and services, whether the service are providing or not. So all these things that you need to have an eye, right? So at least you need to have a bird eye view. So you have to let me know like what is the growth of our country and what are the failures, what are the success. So please let me know. So that's it in the first page. And the city page also there is nothing much important. You can directly move on to the states page. So even the states page I found most of the articles are political articles due to elections and formation of government, etc. Yeah, here you can see one interesting article. Center approved board praising Tagore put up as Shantiniketan to mark UNESCO World Heritage Tag list. So actually recently Shantiniketan got UNESCO Heritage Tag. So here we have to focus on that, what is this UNESCO World Heritage Site, and even some facts regarding the Shantiniketan. So there is a high chance of getting your prelims question from this topic, because from art and culture you will be getting a good chunk of questions every year, around 3 to 5 questions every year you will be getting from art and culture. So there is a chance of getting this question regarding the Shantiniketan. So please be focused and you have to revise that topic for sure. And if you move on, you can see directly editorial page. Okay, so I think this digital panel is somewhat slow. Yeah. Yes, here you can see one image. So what do you understand by this image? So you can see plastic everywhere, right? So plastic waste released through drainage floats on sea near Lawson's Bay beach. So here you have to focus on word, what is a bay? For example, we have Bay of Bengal. So what is the meaning of bay? Please let me know in the comment box, or else in tomorrow's class I will tell about this bay. So in this Lawson's Bay beach in Visakhapatnam, with drainage water directly entering into sea in many areas, the quantity of waste floating on the sea water is increasing after this cyclone Mekong. So after this cyclone Mekong, so drainage which is not treated. Okay, so here we can understand there is one problem, that is no treatment of drainage. The problem here is there is no treatment of drainage and they are just releasing this drainage water into sea without treating and without removing even the plastic waste. So what is the problem here? So whenever there's plastic which is released into sea, so actually you know that in oceans we will be having oceanic currents. So the water will be moving in a specific directions. Like we have warm water currents and cold water currents, and as well as we have surface currents and deep currents, right? So surface currents, they will contribute just 10%, but this deep oceanic currents, they contribute 90%. Yes or no? Surface currents just 10% and deep water currents 90%. So because of this continuous movement of water in a specific direction, that will causes gyre. So in this gyre, plastic will be accumulated. For example, we have Great Pacific, we have Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So we have Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and not only in Pacific Ocean, even in Indian Ocean also we have this garbage patch, right? So here you have to understand what is the problem of this plastic accumulation of the plastic waste in oceans and how it is going to have impact on environment, on human life, everything. Okay, so that topic is important from your environment and ecology, and even we can connect this topic with geography regarding oceanic currents. And you can move on to this editorial page. There is no need of going through this spotlight and as well as Metro Plus. Yes, in this editorial page you can see this article that is about restoration of statehood. So especially this story is about Jammu and Kashmir. So the story was different before 2019, August 5th and August 6th. So August 5th and August 6th of 2019 was a landmark dates that you have to remember, because there was abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A of Indian Constitution. So these are the articles which talks about special category, talking about special category status to Jammu and Kashmir. So here there is abrogation of these articles, and government came up with this Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act. They came up with this Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act, and they divided erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir state Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories. One is Ladakh and next one is Jammu and Kashmir. It is having state legislative assembly. It is not having assembly. Okay, so now we are talking about restoration of the statehood to this Jammu and Kashmir. So that should be done as soon as possible. So here we are going to see this topic in detail, don't worry. And next topic, it is about India's growing neighborhood dilemmas. So this article is talking about, so in our neighborhood, what is happening? So what are the dilemmas that are present before India? So first one here is, in South Asian region, there is anti-India regimes are going on. For example, recently in Maldives, elections happened and the person who is anti to India came into power. Okay, so Maldives is anti-India in an instrumental sense. Okay, Khaldia Ji led government in Dhaka, which goes to elections early next year, that could turn out to be ideologically anti-India. So even in this Dhaka also, we are going to have this anti-India government that is going to be formed soon. And the second type of dilemma in India is how we are facing our neighborhood. For example, China. So there is increasing of influence of China in continental sphere and as well as in maritime sphere. And next here is BRI. So BRI is one of the important threat for India, that is Belt and Road Initiative of China. So under this BRI, so there is one component, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Okay, so this China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is moving through Pak-occupied Kashmir. So because of this, it is threat to our territorial integrity. India is not accepting that CPEC. And even one more issue here is Taliban-led Afghanistan, military-ruled Myanmar, and now there is a crisis hit Sri Lanka. So these are the some important challenges. And even recently here, Afghanistan embassy had been closed, right? And these are the different dilemmas which are present before India, and we have to see how we are going to address these dilemmas. And if you move on to this text and context, there is one article you have to focus. So this article, it is about regulating deep fakes and artificial intelligence in India. So actually recently there is releasing of lot of videos regarding the deep fakes, for example of actress Rashmika Mandana, and even Ukrainian president videos, they had been edited by using this artificial intelligence, and they came up with this deep fakes, and those videos they are becoming viral in the social media. So here you have to see like how can we control this. Okay, that is very important. And even you have to see what are the laws which are present against misuse of deep fakes. For example, we have civil and criminal relief, and we have section 66E of IT Act of 2000, which is applicable to the cases of deep fake and crimes that involves capture, publication or transmission of persons' images in the mass media. And even we have other sections 67, 67A, 67B of IT Act. So they can be used to prosecute individuals for publishing or transmitting deep fakes. And this IT rules, which also says that prohibiting of hosting any content that impersonates any other person, and requires social media platforms to quickly take down artificially morphed images. Okay, so all these things are present. But even in our IPC, Indian Penal Code, so we have section 509, which talks about words, gestures, acts which are intended to insult modesty of women. So under that section they can be punished. And section 499 of IPC talks about criminal defamation, and article section 153A and B, they talks about spreading of hate or communal lines. So these are some important provisions which are present, which deals with this deepfakes. That is very important. You have to remember we have IPC and we have IT Act. And if you move on, in this news page there is nothing much important. So most of the articles are political articles, so leave this page. And here you can see one article that is about migrants. Supreme Court asks Center to give details of inflow of illegal migrants. So here if you are talking about India and its neighbors, so India is sharing boundary with different countries like China, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, right? So with these countries we have a threat of infiltration or illegal migration. So this article says that especially in northeastern regions or northeastern states, they will face issue with this illegal migrants. So now here Supreme Court said that yes, we have to get the details or the data of these illegal migrants, because we are having open borders from Bangladesh and open borders with this Myanmar. So there is a problem of illegal migration or illegal immigration to India, and they started settling in Assam. And because of that we came with the Citizenship Amendment Act. And whenever these migrants are coming and settling in Assam, so they are depriving the local people for their political rights and as well as economic rights, and they are destroying this Assamese culture identity. So because of this, yes, we need to have a data to protect this culture and identity of these people in Assam. So this is about this topic. And next topic is textile industry crisis looms large as demand hits a low. So this article is also very important, because textile sector which is providing lot of employment. Okay, so here whenever these sectors are affecting means yes, what happened, the employment will be also affected. Okay, so in this context you have to think about this topic, and these are the very important articles that are applied in our today's newspaper. And now let us see the notes point of view. And one more thing I want to say here is, so we are going to come up with offline branch. So we are going to start offline of Rathod's IAS in Hyderabad in Ashok Nagar soon. So that will be going to be started in 2024. Okay, so don't worry, and the students who want to meet me and who want to talk to me directly, you can come to the office, I think maybe in the March or February. So we are going to come up with the offline there. So daily I will be there in the office, so I will be available so that you can talk to me, and if you have any queries you can ask me there. And if you want to have the personal guidance and mentorship, you can come to there and you can take the mentorship and guidance. Okay, and now let us see the news notes. So this is the notes, and if you want to download the notes, you can join the Telegram channel. Link is given in the description box. So first topic, it is about center aid to states because of this havoc caused by cyclone. So context says that union government, that is union is nothing but central government released rupees 493.60 crores to Andhra Pradesh and 450 crore rupees to Tamil Nadu in the wake of damage inflicted by severe cyclonic storm. So cyclonic storm which caused severe devastation. So because of this, central government gave some funds. And if you see here, what are the socio-economic impacts? So why center needs to provide some help? Because of lot of socio-economic impact that is caused by this cyclone. So first one here is, because of this cyclone there is loss of life and people will got displaced, right? For example, in 1999 Odisha cyclone, about 10,000 people they died, and for those families, yes, we have to give some money. And next one here is, cyclones they also often lead to mass displacement as people are forced to evacuate their homes, and due to the imminent danger which leads to substantial social disruption. That will lead to the social disruption. And next one is, there is also damage to infrastructure. So infrastructure which got damaged. Cyclones cause significant infrastructure damage that will impact transportation. Okay, so because of there will be no proper infrastructure, like there will be no transportation facility and communication, electricity lines will be coming down, there will be no proper water supply. So for example, the cyclone Taukte in 2021 caused widespread damage to roads, bridges and buildings in Gujarat and Maharashtra. So because of this, now the central government need to give the funds to states. And there will be also a lot of impact on economy. The economic cost of cyclones is staggering. For example, Cyclone Fani which hit Odisha in 2019. In 2019 had been hit a lot, and that led to losses that estimated is around $1.81 billion, and even that also led to economic impact on agriculture, fisheries, tourism. That finally led to affecting of country's GDP overall. And next one is, there is impact on livelihood. Cyclones, they are also negatively impacting livelihoods, particularly for a fisherman and for farmers. So fishing vessels, they can be destroyed and or lost at sea, and crops can be severely damaged. Okay, so crops get severely damaged, and that lead to loss of income and food insecurity. So in this cyclone Umphan, West Bengal disrupted the livelihoods of millions, and that led to a damage of $13 billion. And you can see like how extent the damage which caused by this cyclone. And even this cyclone, it also causes some negative impact on the health. Okay, so post disaster or post cyclones, so water will be contaminated with some bacteria, microorganisms. That will cause waterborne diseases, and that will cause some public health crisis. So even there will be limited access to clean water, sanitation facilities. Okay, so that will lead to severe health problems or health issues. And next one is, there will be also impact on education. Cyclone often results in closure of schools. Okay, cyclone leads to the closure of schools. That will also impact children's education. And in many cases, schools are converted into temporary shelters for displaced families, and even there will be no proper running of educational institutions. And this one is long-term economic development is got impact because of after once disaster is done. Okay, after once disaster happen, so in this post-disaster recovery, so we all have to focus on spending a lot for rehabilitation, reconstruction, and recovering from this cyclone is that less money is available for infrastructure improvement, and there will be less money for spending in this healthcare, education, etc. So because of all these things, there is overall slowing down of progress. Okay, so this is about this topic. And next topic it is about Shantiniketan. So we are going to see what is this Shantiniketan and even what is this UNESCO World Heritage Site details. So that will be very, very important. And even we are going to see the map like in India where this World Heritage Sites are present. So as of now we are having 41. So in which states they have. So for example, if you see the context, it says that Vishwa Bharati University has finally replaced the controversial plaques commemorating UNESCO's World Heritage Tag to Shantiniketan with a board approved by Center. So actually here in this mid of September itself, this Shantiniketan, which was founded by this Debranath Tagore, and it is home to Vishwa Bharati, the university which is set up by his son, that is Rabindranath Tagore, so which got this heritage status. And it is like 41 site. It is the 41st World Heritage Site in our country. So if you see some facts regarding this, what is this Shantiniketan? So in year 1862, Rabindranath Tagore father, that is Devendranath Tagore, spotted this scenic landscape and decided to establish an ashram. So he decided to establish an ashram, and he came up with building a house that is called as Shantiniketan. So this Shanti means nothing but peace. So it means adobe of peace. And the name change here is the area originally called Bhubadanga. It was renamed as Shantiniketan by this Debranath Tagore due to its conducive environment for meditation. So it is providing a conducive, that means very feel free, or we can say like a very good environment for meditation. So if we're talking about educational legacy, in 1901, Rabindranath Tagore chose a significant portion of land. He chose a significant portion of land and established a school based on Brahmachari Ashram model. Okay, so he established a school based on Brahmachari Ashram model, and the school later evolved into Vishwa Bharati University now. So here if you are talking about UNESCO World Heritage Site, here the Ministry of Culture proposed this Shantiniketan for inclusion into this UNESCO World Heritage Site because he focused especially, or he emphasized on this values, human values, architecture, arts, town planning and landscape design of this Shantiniketan. And finally, ASI, that is Archaeological Survey of India, have been involved in restoration of several structures in the Shantiniketan, and this ASI also played a very important role in preservation of this historical and cultural heritage of the Shantiniketan. So what are these UNESCO's World Heritage Sites? A World Heritage Site is a place which listed by UNESCO for special cultural and as well as for physical significance. So it is set by this UNESCO, and the list of World Heritage Site is maintained by International World Heritage Site Program. So it is maintained by World Heritage Program, and it is administered by UNESCO's World Heritage Committee. And actually this is embodied in an international treaty called as Convention Concerning the Protection of World Cultural and Natural Heritage, and has been adopted by UNESCO in year 1972. So these are some important facts regarding this UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. And if you move on, here you can see the map of UNESCO's World Heritage Site in India. So let me say like in which states how many are there. So in Himachal Pradesh we have Great Himalayan National Park Conservation Area. In Chandigarh, we have outstanding contribution of modern development of architectural work of Le Corbusier. And in Rajasthan, we have hill forest like Jaisalmer Fort, and we have Chittorgarh Fort, Kumbhalgarh Fort, Gagron Fort, Amber Fort, Ranthambore Fort, Keoladeo National Park, Jantar Mantar, Jaipur city. So these are from Rajasthan. And in Gujarat, we have Dholavira, which is Harappan city, and the historic city of Ahmedabad, Champenar Pavgarh Archaeological Park, Rani Ki Vav. So these are from Gujarat. And next one is from Maharashtra. We have Ellora Caves, Ajanta Caves, Elephanta Caves, Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminal, and we have Victorian Gothic and Art Deco ensembles of Mumbai. And from Goa, we have churches and convents of Goa. And Karnataka, we have group of monuments of Pattadakal, and as well as a group of monuments at Hampi. And in Uttarakhand, we have Nanda Devi and Valley of Flowers National Park. And Delhi, we have Humayun Tomb, Qutub Minar, Red Fort. In Bihar, we have Nalanda Mahavira at Nalanda and Mahabodhi Temple Complex at Bodh Gaya. And Sikkim, we have Kanchenjunga National Park, it is mixed site. And in Assam, we have Kaziranga National Park and Manas Wildlife Sanctuary. And West Bengal, we have Sundarbans National Park and Shantiniketan now. And Odisha, we have Sun Temple Konark, Uttar Pradesh Agra Fort, Taj Mahal and Fatehpur Sikri. Madhya Pradesh, we have Buddhist monuments of Sanchi, rock shelters of Bhimbetka, Khajuraho group of monuments. And in Telangana, we have Kakatiya Rudreshwara temple, that is Ramappa temple. And in Tamil Nadu, we have group of monuments of Mahabalipuram and great living Chola temples. In Kerala, we have Western Ghats and mountain railways of India, that is Darjeeling Railway, Nilgiri Mountain Railways and Kalka Shimla Railways. So all these are 41 sites which are present in India, and you have to remember in which state they are located and when they got this status. And next topic, it is about plastic pollution. So here you have to know some data regarding the plastic. Then only you will appreciate that whatever I am going to say, like what will be the impact. So if you see the data, according to United Nations, more than 400 million tons of plastic, more than 400 millions of plastic is produced every year worldwide. So worldwide here around 400 millions of plastic is produced. So half of which is designed to be used only once. That is nothing but it is talking about single use plastic. So we have single use plastic. For example, straws, for example, covers, chips packet covers, like that. So of that, less than 10% is recycled. So what are the plastic waste generated? So recycling is very less. That is even less than 10% of this plastic is recycled in India. And because of this, 19 to 23 million tons of this plastic which is end up in lakes, rivers and as well as seas annually. And around the world here, 1 million plastic bottles are purchased every minute. So every minute 1 million plastic bottles are purchased, and up to 5 trillion plastic bags are used worldwide every year. So every year 5 trillion plastic bags are used. And in total, half of all plastic produced is designed for a single use purpose. That means that can be used only for a single use and that will be thrown away. For example, plastic water bottles. So if you're talking about what are the concerns of this plastic pollution, so here what happens, so what are the plastic that you are generating, so we are not going for recycling that properly. So because of that, plastic waste is mismanaged, and sometimes we are going for burning of this plastic, that's open burned plastics, and there is even leakage and accumulation of plastic objects and particles is seen. So because of this, that will be having adverse impact on humans, and even it will be having harm on living and non-living environments. Okay, so this is the first one. And next one is there is low decomposition rate. So if you throw plastic here and there, so it will be not decomposed as like other biodegradable materials. So it is not a biodegradable materials, and the decomposition is very slow. And even whenever they are going for decomposition, that will lead to the formation of microplastic. Right? So this is one important problem. And next one is plastics which break down into the smaller units, they are called as microplastics. and they are defined as plastics which are having the less size, that even less than 5 mm in diameter. And these microplastics, they find their way across the planet, and from the depths of Pacific Ocean to the heights of Himalayas, wherever you go you can see this microplastic. And even recently some samples of blood which shows that presence of microplastic. So to that extent the microplastic pollution is seen, and it is also having the effect on human health. Microplastics, they contain a number of toxic chemicals which poses severe risk to human health. So to human health it is posing a severe risk, and the biggest health risk is associated with chemical, that is BPA, bisphenol A. So bisphenol A is one of the pollutant that is present. So it is one of the important pollutant, and it is one of the important reason for hardening of plastic. So BPA contaminates food and as well as drinks, causing alteration in the liver function, and even it causes insulin resistance. So because of this insulin resistance, it causes diabetes mellitus type 2. Okay, and even that will cause fetal development. Okay, so fetal development malformation, and even reproductive system and brain function will be affected because of that microplastics. And next one is marine pollution. So the largest collection of plastics and microplastics in the ocean in the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Yes, what happened? There is deposition of plastic is seen at this Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a collection of marine debris in North Pacific Ocean, and also it is known as trash vortex, and it is located between California and Japan. So why? Because there is a accumulation of this plastic because of the movement of water, because of oceanic currents. And even climate change. So whenever this plastic and petroleum which we are using, that are the great contributors to this global warming. So whenever we are burning this plastic waste, it releases toxic fumes and carbon dioxide into atmosphere, that will increase carbon emissions. So because of this increasing of carbon emissions, again that will leads to global warming. And next one is tourism and economy. So plastic waste which damages aesthetic value of tourist destination. Okay, so it will be affecting the aesthetic values of tourist destination. That will lead to decreased tourism related incomes to the countries, and that will also finally leads to economic cost to the countries. So these are some impacts, okay, of this plastic pollution. And next one here is restoration of statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. So here it has been more than 5.5 years since an elected government collapsed in Jammu and Kashmir, and governor rules was imposed in Jammu and Kashmir, and also the suspension of elected assembly. Okay, so these are some dramatic changes that are seen in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. Subsequently, even this Article 370 and Article 35A, which provides special category status to the states, has been removed, and the erstwhile state has been bifurcated into two UTs. So first one is UT of Jammu and Kashmir, next one is UT of Ladakh. Okay, and the constitutionality of these changes, they are still under the question. So even Supreme Court has not yet given the judgment regarding this, whether it is constitutionally valid or not. So this is also one cause of concern. So what are the issues here? The first one is a removal of Article 370 and Article 35A. Okay, so they are providing special category status, but it has been removed in year 2019, that too on August 5th and 6th. And Indian government revoked nearly all of the articles 370. So, and Article 35 is the part of. And next one is status has been changed. So 4 years after Jammu and Kashmir status was downgraded to that of temporary union territory. And next one is recognition of states. So alongside the President's declaration of Article 370 is inoperative, and application of the whole of the constitution to Jammu and Kashmir. So now the state was recognized into two union territories. Okay, so that is Jammu and Kashmir with legislative assembly and Ladakh without legislative assembly. And if you are talking about what are the concerns, there is delay in the restoration of statehood. So So at that time here government said that we are going to restore the statehood for this Jammu and Kashmir, but now there is delaying of restoring of statehood to Jammu and Kashmir. So even after the special category status has been revoked. Okay, so this is one important issue. And what is the rationale behind the delay of this statehood status? So question arises whether there is prolonged period of disturbance in the region that can still be cited as a valid reason. Okay, so that can still cited as a valid reason for delay in restoring of statehood, especially given this government's claim that the situation has improved substantially. And next one is constitutional and legal challenge. So the ongoing legal challenge in the Supreme Court, which is regarding abrogation of Article 370 and recognition of Jammu and Kashmir, which emphasizes the focus on court proceedings that should be on constitutional and historical issues rather than developments of ground since 2019. So actually what happened, there are some legal challenges regarding this Jammu and Kashmir. So this is the issue and challenges. And next topic is how can we regulate deep fakes, okay, in India. So what is the issue? So there is releasing of audios and videos which are edited by using this artificial intelligence, and they are circulating in social media. So it is one cause of concern because it will be causing damage to the reputation of that so and so personality. So deepfakes are digital media, video, audio and images. They are edited and manipulated by using this artificial intelligence. So whenever writing an answer regarding this deepfakes, try to write answer with this definition. So deepfakes are nothing but digital media, audio, video and images. They are edited and manipulated using this artificial intelligence. So since they incorporate hyper-realistic digital falsification, they can potentially be used to damage reputation. So they can be used to damage the reputations, and that will undermine the trust in democratic institutions. So if you see details, it says that in May last year, a deep fake of Ukrainian president asking his countrymen to lay down their weapons and went viral after cyber criminals hacked into Ukrainian television channel. So Ukrainian television channel has been hacked and this deepfake had been broadcasted. And even according to Upper Gupta, artificial intelligence governance in India, that cannot be restricted just by law. But we have to bring some behavioral changes. And we have to come up with a law and reforms that had to be centered around establishing standards of safety, and we have to focus on increasing of awareness and institution building. So all these need to be done to bring change. Okay, so this is about this topic, and these are some important articles that appeared, and I want to make a small announcement. So we in Rathod's IS, we are going to come up with this prelims booster course finally. That is going to be started from this Monday onwards. So here what are the highlights? So we are going to give you daily schedule, like daily 2 chapters in each and every subject. Okay, so first we are going to start with polity, and later on we are shifting on to other subject like environment. So by this 5 months to 6 months, so we are going to complete each and every subject at least thrice. And we will be having a proper revision strategy as well. And there will be full length test and along with the daily test. So daily based on that syllabus you will be having test, and after that you will be having full length test also. So after once the revision of polity, history, economy, geography, science and technology is done, you will be having this full length test, and weekly 2 live discussions will be there with the faculty, and on every Sunday we will be having revision class. That revision class will be taken by me obviously from 6 to 8 p.m. So in that revision class we are going to revise the topics of that weeks. Okay, and classes are not only taken by me, so just I included my pick here. So but there are 4 faculty people, they will be taking the classes. Okay, that too on Zoom, so that if you have any doubt you can raise the doubt in the Zoom class. And we are also going to cover even the current affairs of last 1 year, because current affairs is very important. So we are going to cover the current affairs, and we are also going to give the PDF of that current affairs so that you can follow those PDFs. and we are also providing you one-to-one mentorship. So if you have any doubt regarding the questions or regarding any topic regarding the current affairs, you can call us and you can ask me. And the cost of this course is 4,000 rupees, and already admissions are going on, so don't be late. So join the course, and if you have any queries, you can call me on this number 8074765513, and even this is WhatsApp number. You can text me on WhatsApp regarding the course details. Okay, so it is going to start from 11th of December. So try to join this course as soon as possible, and this course is very helpful to maximize your marks for sure. Okay, because the mentorship will be given by 4 faculty, not only me, but the revision classes will be taken by me. That will be on every Sunday. So apart from that, Sunday classes you will be having weekly twice live, and I will be teaching you geography and science and technology here in these classes. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. So if you really like this class, hit the like button, and please share this class to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy. Thank you so much for watching.